The Battle of Mokra, a name etched in the annals of World War I, unfolded from September 17th to 19th, 1914. This battle, though not as widely known as some others, played a crucial role in the early stages of the war. It was a testament to the ferocity and determination of both sides, each vying for control in a rapidly changing landscape. This clash of titans pitted the relentless German war machine against the massive but often unwieldy Russian army. The Germans, with their well-oiled military strategies and advanced weaponry, faced off against the Russians, who, despite their numerical superiority, often struggled with coordination and supply issues. The stakes were high, and both sides knew that the outcome of this battle could influence the broader conflict. The small town of Mokra, nestled along the banks of the Vistula River, became the focal point of this struggle. Its strategic location made it a valuable prize for both armies. The Vistula River, a vital artery for transportation and supply, added another layer of importance to the town. Control of Mokra meant control of a key logistical route, which could tip the balance in favour of one side. What ensued was a brutal and chaotic affair, characterised by daring manoeuvres, technological advancements, and the ever-present fog of war. Trench warfare, a hallmark of World War I, saw soldiers enduring unimaginable hardships. The use of early 20th century military technology, from machine guns to artillery, added to the carnage. The battlefield was a scene of chaos, with smoke, explosions, and the cries of the wounded filling the air. The Germans, renowned for their efficiency and military prowess, were determined to defend their hard-won positions. They set up formidable defences, using their strategic acumen to fortify their lines. Their maps and plans, meticulously crafted, reflected their commitment to holding the ground they had gained. Every move was calculated, every decision weighed with the utmost care. The Russians, driven by a sense of duty and fueled by the sheer size of their army, were equally determined to break through. Their preparations were extensive, with soldiers readying themselves for the grueling fight ahead. The sheer scale of the Russian military formation was a sight to behold, a testament to their resolve and determination. They knew that breaking through the German lines could change the course of the war in the east. The clash of these two titans would have significant repercussions for the war's early stages, shaping the conflict's course in the east. The Battle of Mokra was more than just a fight for territory. It was a battle of wills, a test of endurance and strategy. The outcomes of these early battles set the stage for the long and grueling conflict that would follow, influencing troop movements and strategic decisions for years to come. The echoes of this clash would resonate throughout the war, a reminder of the relentless struggle that defined World War I. The seeds of the Battle of Mokra were sown in the opening days of World War I. As the world plunged into conflict, the strategies and decisions made in those early days would shape the course of the war and lead to pivotal battles like Mokra. Germany, following its Schlieffen Plan, aimed for a swift knockout blow against France in the west. The plan was meticulously crafted to avoid a prolonged two-front war, which Germany feared could stretch its resources thin and lead to a protracted conflict. This strategy, however, left their eastern front vulnerable to a Russian offensive. The German High Command had underestimated the speed and efficiency with which the Russian army could mobilize and launch an attack. Russia, eager to fulfill its obligations to its French allies, mobilized its forces with remarkable speed. The Russian military machine, despite its logistical challenges, demonstrated an unexpected level of coordination and urgency. The Russian First Army, under the command of General Paul von Rennenkampf, advanced into East Prussia, threatening the German heartland. This bold move was intended to divert German forces from the Western Front and relieve pressure on the French. The Germans, caught off guard by the speed of the Russian advance, scrambled to reinforce their eastern defences. The urgency of the situation forced the German High Command to make rapid decisions and redeploy troops from other critical areas. They dispatched several divisions, including the elite German Ninth Army, under the command of General August von Mackensen. Mackensen, a seasoned and respected commander, was tasked with halting the Russian advance and stabilizing the eastern front. The stage was set for a clash of arms along the banks of the Vistula River. Both sides prepared for a confrontation that would test their strategies, their resolve, and their ability to adapt to the rapidly changing dynamics of the war. The Battle of Mokra would become a significant chapter in the annals of World War I, illustrating the complexities and the human cost of the conflict. The Germans, masters of defensive warfare, prepared formidable positions around Mokra. They dug deep trenches, protected by barbed wire entanglements and machine gun nests. Artillery batteries, strategically positioned on high ground, provided covering fire. The German defences were a testament to their engineering skills and tactical acumen. They transformed Mokra into a veritable fortress designed to repel any attack. The German soldiers, well-equipped and highly disciplined, awaited the Russian onslaught. They were confident in their ability to hold their ground against superior numbers. Their morale was high, fueled by a sense of patriotic duty and a belief in their military superiority. Section 4, Russian strategy, a hammer blow from the east. The Russian plan was simple, relying on their numerical superiority to overwhelm the German defences. Their strategy involved a massive frontal assault, a hammer blow designed to shatter the German lines. Wave after wave of Russian infantry would advance, supported by artillery barrages. The Russians believed that the sheer weight of their numbers would eventually break the German resistance. However, the Russian plan had several flaws. Their reliance on brute force over maneuverability played into the hands of the defensively superior Germans. Furthermore, their logistics and communication systems were inadequate, hindering their ability to coordinate such a large-scale attack effectively. Section 5. The first clash. A taste of what's to come. The battle commenced with a thunderous roar as the Russian artillery unleashed a massive bombardment on the German positions. The earth trembled under the impact of thousands of shells, transforming the battlefield into a scene of utter devastation. Following the barrage, wave after wave of Russian infantry surged forward, their bayonets glinting in the morning sun. The Germans, however, were ready. Their machine guns, expertly sighted and manned, mowed down the advancing Russians. The German artillery returned fire with deadly accuracy, further thinning the Russian ranks. The initial Russian assault was met with a wall of lead and steel. Section 6. The fog of war, miscommunication and mayhem. In the annals of history, few things are as chaotic and unpredictable as the battlefield. The fog of war, both literal and metaphorical, often leads to a series of miscommunications and mayhem that can change the course of events in an instant. As the battle raged, confusion reigned supreme. Orders were misheard, signals were misinterpreted, and the chaos of combat only amplified the disorder. Soldiers found themselves in situations where the line between ally and enemy blurred, and every decision carried the weight of life and death. The battlefield was a cacophony of exploding shells, rattling machine guns, and the screams of wounded men. The relentless noise and the constant threat of danger created an environment where clear thinking was nearly impossible. Every soldier had to rely on their instincts, often making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between survival and demise. Smoke and dust obscured the sky, making it difficult to distinguish friend from foe. The thick haze hung over the battlefield like a shroud, reducing visibility to mere feet. In such conditions, even the most well-laid plans could fall apart, and the best-trained soldiers could find themselves lost and disoriented. In the chaos, communication breakdowns were common, leading to friendly fire incidents and missed opportunities. Radios malfunctioned, messengers were intercepted, and the noise of battle drowned out shouted commands. These breakdowns not only caused tragic losses, but also led to missed chances for strategic advantages. One humorous anecdote from the battle involves a group of Russian soldiers who, disoriented by the heavy smoke, stumbled upon a German field kitchen. the scene was almost surreal, a moment of unintended comedy amidst the horror of war. The German cooks, equally surprised, briefly engaged in a comical standoff before the Russians, realizing their mistake, retreated under a hail of potatoes and kitchen utensils. This incident, while amusing, underscores the unpredictable nature of war and how easily confusion can lead to unexpected and sometimes humorous outcomes. Section 7. A turn of events, German counterattacks. Despite their initial setbacks, the Russians continued to press their attacks with relentless determination. They managed to gain a foothold in some sections of the German lines, but their advances were met with fierce resistance. The Germans, sensing an opportunity, launched a series of counterattacks, exploiting gaps in the Russian lines. The German counterattacks were swift and decisive, catching the Russians off guard. Their superior training and leadership allowed them to maneuver effectively and exploit weaknesses in the Russian lines. The tide of the battle began to turn in favor of the Germans.